Welcome back to the catch up here on Cris Cyborg's YouTube channel. I am James Lynch. That is not Cris Cyborg. That is Aaron Jeffery, who's coming off a big win on the last Bellator card. Aaron, how are you? Thanks for filling in, man.
I'm good, man. How are you?
No complaints. Not as good as you, though, man. We'll get into your win in just 1 second here, but got to remind everyone who's watching this on Chris's channel, make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Cris is actually going to be out of doing this show for a little bit because she's got her big fight coming up here at Bellator 300. So Aaron and I are picking up the slack. But hey, let's start first, Aaron. Congrats on that win over Dalton Rosta. I got to know going in, was there more pressure just because of the fight previously and, the betting odds? I know a lot of people were kind of counting you out. How was your mentality going into that fight?
Yeah, coming off a loss and then all the talks of like the merger or Bellator dissolving or whatever's going on, a little bit it felt like my career was on the line again. Like I felt like I had to win this fight in order for like to stick around with whatever happens with Bellator or whatever. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And so, going into the cage, like, were you feeling a bit nervous? Like, how did you? I mean, you look great in there, but how were you feeling actually going in?
Once you're in there, everything's kind of the same. Like cage door closes, all the feelings go away, But no, leading up to it, like the last couple of weeks leading up to it, I feel like I was thinking about this kind of stuff a bit more and had a bit more nerves. But no, once I was there, it was good.
Overall thoughts on your performance? Again, I know you would have liked the finish, but you got it done, and I don't think there was any question. Like you dominated that fight. Just kind of looking back, what are your overall thoughts?
Yeah, man, I'm happy with it. I would have liked to finish, like you said. I think I could have worked a bit harder in that third round. Like the last couple minutes for sure, it felt like he was done, and I probably could have found a way to get him out of there. But no, I'm happy with him, man. And he's a tough guy. He's a good opponent. So to dominate him like that is great.
Do you feel like he underestimated you a little bit in the fight?
Yeah, probably. I'm like, he's an extremely confident guy. I mean, even watching his interviews from afterwards, he still thinks he's the better fighter somehow. But yeah, he probably underestimated me a little bit.
Does that bother you when he says that? I mean, obviously every fighter is not going to sit here and say like, I can't win the belt or something. You got to be confident in yourself. But do you feel like that was a bit disrespectful?
Yeah, dude. Some of his videos from afterwards are they sound a little bit delusional, talking about how he's the better fighter, he's the stronger fighter, he's the faster fighter. He knew it when he was in there. He just got away from the game plan. And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I beat your ass for the last 10 minutes easily. So I don't know how it's possible to say that, but it is what it is.
Anything about him surprise you in the fight? I know you were very good. Your whole team there at Niagra Top Team, very good about game plan and all that. Was there anything in the fight that maybe you weren't expecting?
Not really, man. We knew he was going to come out hard and throw powerful punches. I expected him to wrestle at some point, which he did, and I knew he was going to slow down. And yeah, it's pretty much exactly what happened.
So how do you celebrate after a big win like that? Like I said, you were the underdog going in, a lot of people counting you out, a lot of pressure, like you mentioned, all the outside stuff. How do you enjoy your night after that?
What did I say in that interview for Bellator? 20 slices of pizza and 30 beers or vice versa, whatever it was. But nice. Yeah, I chilled with the guys at the hotel, just had beers and pizzas. And then this week I'm back at home with my family, as you know, and just chilling and lounging and spending time with the kids and whatever.
Awesome. Did you really eat 20 slices of pizza?
Probably, yeah. Up there for sure.
Did you get like a mom and pop or did you go to like a chain up there? I always go mom and pop when I'm going pizza.
No, it was like 1 a.m. and I think the only thing open was like Domino's or something.
Oh, okay.
Like that.
Domino's isn't bad though. I used to have Domino's all the time when I was in Toronto. So
after a fight, man, it doesn't matter what it is. It all tastes good.
It all tastes the same for sure. When did you get back to Ontario? Was it like the next day or did you spend, I mean, I'm sure you came right back, right?
Yeah, it was the next day. It was a long day. I think I got back to my place in Niagara at like 2 a.m.
Okay. Nice.
Yeah.
So what's that like? You get in late. I mean, obviously, probably that next morning, like, you kind of looking back on the big win. You got your family. I know you got a big family and everything. Like, what's that feeling like coming off a win like that?
It's pretty sick, man. So I got back to Niagara the day after the fight. The next day, I actually got back in the gym just because I was like feeling real shitty from travel and everything. I just went in to like sweat and move around and try and make myself feel normal again. I stayed in Niagara for a few days this week, did a couple like easy training sessions, and then came home at the end of the week. And yeah, it's nice, man. Like I don't see my family too often, and everyone's home right now, which is rare. My brother, sister, my brother's wife, and their kids. So to be able to be here after a fight and after a win, and like be able to just fully relax is the best.
What's been the feedback like, especially from the Canadian fans? Because a lot of us, Aaron, there aren't that many Canadians out there, UFC and Bellator combined. So I'm sure you got a lot of love.
Yeah, man, it's been good. Definitely a lot of love felt after this one. Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, and your gym, man, like I had interviewed Jasmine last week. Like you guys are really getting a lot of props now. It seems like worldwide now. What's that like as someone who's kind of been there from the beginning at Niagra Top Team?
It's cool, man. I get asked all the time, and I kind of always say the same thing. Like it's hard to sit back and appreciate it. Like I know me, Jazz, Mike, whoever, we're not like admiring all our work already, and same with the coaches. Like everyone's still in there doing the same thing. But you definitely hear it more and more now. Like our gym's getting put on the map. Having fighters fighting big promotions, having fighters ranked in the top 15, top 10 in the big promotions. It's pretty cool.
Any idea when you want to fight next? I know you got Ontario in the summer is just great. I know you got to enjoy that and have some time off. Would you like to get on Bellator 300? Like, what is next for you? Do you kind of know?
Yeah, man, I'm down to fight whenever. That's why I'm here is to fight. I want to stay active. Bellator doesn't do events as often, so it's kind of hard. But yeah, if, like even short notice shit, man, I'm down to fight as soon as possible.
Because that date's October 7th. That would probably be enough time to do like a full camp and all that, right? Or do you think that's
yeah, that'd be perfect. Yeah, it just kind of depends now who they want me to fight, which guys are open in the top 10. Do they want me fighting for the title? We'll find out.
Yeah, because I think so. Eblin's fighting Fabian Edwards, right? I believe that's the title fight.
September,
So there's that. But you know who doesn't have a dance partner, and I think this fight makes a lot of sense considering the card. It's Bellator 300. They got to stack the deck. What about you and Gegard Mousasi?
Let's do it.
Yeah, I think that's the fight because if you look at it, Gegard did lose his last fight. I think at this point, kind of out of title contention. You know, I know you had a tough loss against Salter. To me, it makes a lot of sense. Is that kind of what you thought after the fight as far as an opponent?
Yeah, potentially. I think the only thing with that is it depends if they want to have a guy that's potentially out of title contention, and then if he beats me, it's like, what do they do with the division again?
Yeah.
And I think if Eblin beats Edwards, he's already beat all the other guys in the top 5, so maybe they just want me to wait around for the title shot if it's not too long. But yeah, man, like I said, I'm here to fight, so I'll fight any of the guys in the top 5.
What is your contract status with Bellator? You have a couple more fights left?
I got a bunch. I think I got 4 left still.
Good for you, man. Daniel Rubenstein, one of the best in the business, getting that done. That's good. I mean, it's got to feel encouraging as well. Like, I know we're hearing all the rumors about Bellator and all this different stuff, but the fact that, like, you're seeing fighters like Sergio Pettis get re-signed, you're seeing, like, there's still, Coker already came out and said they're going to be doing more events beyond Bellator 300. Does that make you feel a little bit better? Because I know it's kind of annoying. It's got this, like, kind of cloud over you guys. You don't know what's happening.
Yeah, man, it's weird. Like I'm getting asked before my fight, like, so what's going to happen if Bellator gets sold? And I'm like, I don't know, man. I can't be thinking about that right now. I got to beat this guy that's in front of me. So, yeah, it's like an extra little stressor thrown in there. But like I said, man, before the last fight and before any fight, if this stuff is still up in the air, like the best thing I can do for my career is just to keep winning fights. So that's what I'll keep doing.
And even like, you know, some of your wins have aged quite well. I'm sure you saw Andre Petrosky win over the weekend. Like that was, I think, like his last loss that he had was against you.
Yeah, his only loss other than the exhibition on The Ultimate Fighter. I'm still the only one on his record.
Yeah, for sure. Speaking of the UFC, did you watch the card last week and did you happen to catch it?
I did.
What did you think of O'Malley? That was impressive.
Pretty sharp, man. That's a very nice knockout.
Yeah. Do you think like we're going to see like, do you think Sterling will ever get back to the title? Because it seems like the UFC doesn't like him and they're kind of like there was no talk of a rematch, which I thought was interesting. Like usually when a champ's defended a few times, there's at least some talk of that. It seems like they're going to do him and Cheeto next.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I agree with what you said. It sounds like they don't like him, and they're really, I think, pumping up O'Malley a lot. Like, I just saw something on Twitter today. It said it's like the first time ever the UFC's released the main event on YouTube, like just a couple days after the fight. I guess they
I didn't even know they did that. Did they really do that? That's crazy.
I don't know. I saw it on Twitter, and people were like, they're really hyping this guy up. Like someone said, like they're strapping a rocket to his back and like letting him go. So, I don't know. They probably won't do the rematch. I don't think.
Yeah, I don't know. It sounds like they're going to do Cheeto. And I would assume just because of the timing, right? Like Corey Sandhagen's injured, Merab's injured. I think Henry Cejudo's still injured. So it's kind of like right place, right time, right? Even though Cheeto, because I think people forget, Cheeto did win on Saturday, but he also lost pretty badly to Corey Sandhagen the fight before that.
Yep.
So it'll be interesting to see kind of what they do. Okay, before we get out of here, what do you got planned for the rest of the summer? Like I mentioned, beautiful time of year. I think we're in your, I'm assuming your parents' backyard. Where are we right now?
Yeah, I'm at my mom's house right now in Tillsonburg. I'll be here for the week, and then this weekend it's Anthony Romero's wedding.
Oh, cool. Send him my best.
To him. Yeah, Romero's getting married this weekend, so I'll be there with some of the guys from the gym. And then next week, probably just getting back in the gym and back to work.
Are there any fighters in his wedding party, like in the groomsmen or anything?
From the gym, I don't think so. His little brother, though, Simon, he's a fighter.
Oh yeah, I just met Simon actually this summer because he does work for an agency, and I ended up seeing him in Vegas. He's a really, really good guy. Man. So
yeah,
That's awesome. Aaron, thanks so much for doing this, man. You'd think I'm going to cut any more into your summertime? Absolutely not. We're excited for what's next, man. We'll definitely keep everyone posted. But in the meantime, if you got any like sponsors or social media you want to plug before you get out of here, I'll give you the last word.
Yeah, social media everywhere at AAJ MMA.